Hello there. Welcome to another installment of Where in the World Are Scott and Zelda? And we have a guest with us. And if you could introduce your name for us.
Hi, my name is Fabian. It's a great joy to be with you.
Fabian. Okay, well, I'm going to guess you're not in Mississippi or Texas. All right. Fabian is very graciously joining us, and we have three clues to sort of figure out very quickly where he is. So I'm going to start my PowerPoint here, and we'll go to the from the beginning. And let's see. Okay, so you have three clues for us, Fabian.
All right, where am I? The echoes of the jazz age.
Okay, echoes of the jazz age.
Then there is a room of fabled acoustics and 1,000 windows burning in the late sun.
Now
Where
you
could
got me
that be?
really intrigued. All right.
Last but not least, kissing here can lead to codependency.
Oh gosh. Oh wow. Those are tough clues. I am I am pulling a blank right here. So maybe you should just go ahead and tell us exactly where you are.
All right, well, you see my background. It's a very fabulous place indeed. It was built in 1902, and I'm here in the Co Palace in
Oh,
Switzerland.
the Co Palace, which is featured in Tender is the Night.
Absolutely. It's always a book we have here on site for everyone who
Excellent.
comes and visit.
Excellent. And actually, for those of you who may not remember, the Fitzgerald Society did its conference 17 years ago, 2004, in Vevey, and we had a wonderful day where we got to visit the Co Palace. It's a really beautiful place. Tell us what you do. I'm going to pull the PowerPoint back up and show some pictures. So tell us a little bit about the history of the Co Palace, Fabian, and tell us what you do there.
So I'm the hospitality manager here in the Co Palace. The Co Palace is owned by Initiatives of Change Switzerland, non-charitable foundation. And we run parts of the place as a conference and seminar center these days. We share the building with the Swiss Hotel Management School. So all of that comes together really well with the beautiful Belle Epoque hospitality. I mean, you see the three pictures here, top left is the beautiful view you have from the bottom. And on the right-hand side is this famous main hall, which still looks pretty similar today. I'm just sitting next to it. We use this grand hall for conferences. So what was once this hotel for the rich and famous is now a place where people come together and try to build a better world, and where students come every year to learn what hospitality means.
Great, great. Well, let me ask you about the main room here, because in Tender is the Night, it's sort of the setting for a couple famous moments in that novel. And there's a moment where the hero of the novel, Dick Diver, walks in, and basically baby Warren is across the room, but she can project her voice up and over. And does that's the fabled acoustics there. Is that trick still, are we still able to do that in that room, or?
Absolutely. So what you see here, it was the tea room back at the time. I mean, the most beautiful room was used to serve tea. And it has this acoustics like in a church. It's the whisper acoustics. You can stand in one corner and talk to the other one without anyone else hearing you. We still show this to all of our visitors today. And actually, if the room is completely empty, it has a very strong echo, which is an impressive sound feature of the room.
Great, great. Yeah, I remember we were very impressed to reenact that scene.
Yeah.
Uh, this is a picture now. When it opened up in 1902, and my understanding of the history of it is it was a fairly successful hotel for a while, but then both the world wars kind of messed up the tourism trade, and it never really found its grounding in those years. But it was after World War II that it became sort of a a historically important site
Yeah.
for your country. Can you tell us what the site represents? I mean, to the average person there? I mean, is it just a tourist site, or does it have a mystique about it?
Well, it definitely has a very moving history. As you mentioned, it was this palace hotel for the rich and famous. For 2 years, it was the most luxurious place. And then the one in Montreux opened, which had a little bit more luxury. First World War was tough. They had to close it down. No one was traveling. And then afterwards, they had to reinvest into the building to get it back on track. One of the reasons was initially they only had 11 bathrooms, so they had to add some bathrooms to the building.
Wow.
To get the tourists back.
That does seem like a small amount of bathrooms for
absolutely.
a hotel.
Absolutely. And yeah, bathrooms were shared back in the days.
Yeah.
So with the Second World War on the horizon, the hotel had to close down because people were not traveling anymore. During the Second World War, then the Swiss government used the building to host Jewish refugees that were fleeing mainly from Hungary. So we had up to 1,500 people staying in the building. There's also stories of the English army later on being here. We still have a plaque at the train station. So already that part is an important milestone. And then it was up for sale. There was an interested party to buy it and salvage it, selling all the pieces, selling all the furniture, and building apartments. But luckily, there were 100 Swiss families and people who put their money together and buy it to donate it to the foundation and create this home for the world to reconcile after the World War.
Great, great.
So
it's an amazing history, and I will be very honest. It's not like I'm much of a world traveler, but I remember just being sort of overwhelmed by the luxury and the detail there. And I have one more picture. Is that pretty much what it looks like today?
Absolutely. Even with the weather, that's like the clouds from today, thunderstorms soon to come. But yes, the building still looks like that.
Great.
And we try to maintain it. It's a historical monument. It's a Swiss treasure. And we are always here to renovate it. We have a team on site that works on the building the whole year.
Great. Well, I just have a couple more quick questions for you then.
Please.
I am kind of curious. Do you get a lot of tourists that kind of stumble up there with copies of Tender as the Night asking about the Fitzgerald stay there?
Rarely with a copy, but
well, nobody reads anymore, so I guess that's part
absolutely.
of the
But we hear the references, definitely. People who are in the area remember reading in the book.
The other thing that I think people really remember about that particular passage is the funicular, the train ride up there. Does that still operate?
Absolutely, it's the main connection. I mean, Meanwhile, we have a road, but I personally don't drive. So every morning I'll take the funicular up, and every evening I take it down.
Oh, that's really wonderful. I think when we went, we were always in buses, so we never got the experience of the train. But now, if I'm just traveling around on my own, can I call and get an appointment to come see the palace, or is it open to the public? How does that work?
Absolutely. So we're trying to open it more and more by having a school in the same building. It's not always easy. But with the local tourism organization, we are now organizing guided house tours.
Okay.
One can book that.
Right.
And as of next summer, we even hope to open again as a pop-up hotel. So if you're around in the summer, try to come. We open up the whole building for everyone.
I can't imagine any place more kind of romantic or exciting to stay than Co Palace. Well, Fabian, thank you so much for your time. And we hope all is well there in Co. And it's very exciting. And again, I hope someday we can bring the Fitzgerald Society back there and revisit again. So I deeply appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure. And yes, you're always welcome to visit us here in Co.
Great.
Thank you.